Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
From Ranchview High School, it's the ICTN Game of the Week. Today it's basketball, 3A variety. The Ponder Lions against the Ranchview Wolves. Hi, everybody. Rob Willman with you, along with G.W. Melton. Glad to have you along, the former Irving Nimitz head basketball coach, and hopefully I'll learn more today than I have in the last 10 years on ICTN. A couple of good teams here, the Lions, defending state champs. A lot of pressure to repeat. They should be put a pretty good game on today.
Yeah, it's two different styles possibly. Now, Ponder may be a little more up-tempo this year, but, you know, we're looking for them to take care of the ball and take some good shots. And so it should be an exciting ball game.
Always fun to talk to head coach Boyd, and he told us before the ball game that he's just going to run and gun it. Let's look at Ponder and their starting five: Sally Anderson, Peyton Ford, number 22, Dustin Ferguson, 23, and Chase Harris, one of two sophomores starting. House, Wallaken, Griffin, Mikhail Land, number 15, and Matthew Lewis, number 33. No sophomores, just a couple of juniors on that team for the Ranchview Wolves. The Wolves in white, trimmed in blue. Ponder in red, trimmed in white. Ponder, last year's 2A state champ. Of course, we changed everything and how the classifications are lined up, so now they're considered 3A, but hey, they've got the trophy on the wall. They are 3-4 on this early season. Ranchview 0-2, and the tip is going to be controlled by Ponder, and that will be Cameron Sally, the 5'11 senior who plays the point guard for this team. Watch a lot of deliberate offensive moves by Ponder. They will pass it around. They are not shy to pass it around, and that's something you won't see Ranchview do. That ball was stolen very nicely. Defensive play by Mikhail Land, the junior. His quickness got in the way there, and they'll have to re-go offensively, and I think that's one thing that Coach Stanley for the Lions was a little concerned with, is the quickness of Ranchview. Just about 30 seconds gone by here in the opening quarter of play. Around the corner they go to Ford, number 22, the 6'1 sophomore. That ball is rejected nicely by Lewis and controlled by the Wolves.
It's nice to have a big guy in there to reject those shots when you get past somebody.
Isn't it, though? The jump shot failed and rebounded that time by Anderson. Ranchview will not pass it around very often. They'll pretty much just pull the trigger and go. One shot. The boards by Dorian Griffin. Griffin left wing and goes up to the top and around the work to Land. Land from three. Back ironed and just one shot as well on the board to Sally, the 5'11 senior. Last year the Lions had 2 6'6 players. Can you imagine having that? Air ball by Anderson. He's a 6'2 junior.
Coach Stanley said he was going to, shoot the ball a little quicker today, and he's already, last 2 times down, he's taken off the first pass. And that's normally what you wouldn't see out of a Ponder team, probably.
Oh no, not at all. And the Wolves, it was kind of funny. It's always funny to talk to the head coach at Ranchview, but he was telling us earlier that he doesn't like to pass it around. He said it's too many chances to make a mistake. Yeah. As Coach Boyd would say, it's more than 2 passes, I'm going to make a mistake. So you're going to see us run down and take about 1 play or 2 and take the jump shot. So
yeah, let's throw that thing up. At least we have a chance of scoring if it's going towards the basket.
11 years as head coach, only coach in school history. Never missed postseason. Boy, that's a nice thing to put on the resume. And played in the 3A finals in 06. If you look at all the sports, he's the most successful and tenured. Enjoys his time here. The southpaw puts up the 3 and makes it. Griffin with the 3-pointer, and it's the first 3 points of the ball game. And Ranchview out on top. Let's see if Ponder tries to work inside to Ferguson. He's 6'4". He's one of the taller members on this team. They list him at 6'4". He doesn't look like it from this angle, and a missed shot by Sally. So you'd have to say the Lions are a little cold here, I think. in the early go.
Yeah, they'll probably settle down in a little bit. You know, sometimes you start a game very cold, and you know things just kind of work out for you.
Pass almost stolen by Anderson, kind of hanging loose on the baseline there. But the Wolves will get the ball back and reset offensively. Seen about 4 or 5 shots taken tonight, only 1 going in. Ponder will be in a man-to-man most of the ball game. Coach Stanley says unless something really crazy happens, we don't get out of that man-to-man.
Yeah, you can play a good man-to-man defense, and you know, if you do a lot of sagging, you're going to cover and help each other out. And that's, to me, that's the best kind of defense.
You calling that like a disguised a zone? If you're sagging back on someone.
Yeah, we did that a lot.
It looks man-to-man on paper, right? But there's Coach Stanley a little upset after that play. It appeared perhaps that Sally hit the baseline when he tried to move in. This is House. He's had a couple of good games, and another three-pointer missed rather badly that time by Lamb. Here comes Ponder.
Yeah, Coach Stanley said they're going to bring the ball up quicker, and you look for a shot. And that time, the first shot wasn't the best one. But they got a second shot. It was a good shot. It just didn't fall.
Peyton Ford, the sophomore. Ironically, there's another Ford, also a sophomore, also the same size. I asked him if they were twins. He said they're not even related. 4 shots that time missed by Lewis. The senior had ample opportunity and couldn't get that one to fall. Nice little pass. Anderson kicks it out for the 3. Ford can't get that to fall. Well, they're pretty much limited to 1 shot every time down the court, and the jump shots just aren't falling. Good D, though, knocked out of the hands of Christian House, one of the better players, according to Coach Boyd. And we've got a couple substitutions. Waldo, oh, what we can say about Waldo.
Where is he?
Yeah, where is he? He's number 0, by the way. And Raquan Crawford, number 25, checking in for the Wolves. Crawford just to your right there, wearing number 25. So it'll take about 3.5 minutes before our first substitution. It's only 3-0. Both teams so cold, if you will. Lewis with the steal. He'll bring the ball back up for the Wolves. Around the outer side they go, and the lefty misses the shot. Griffin, he's the only one to score in this game. There's a nice stolen pass. Heads-up play by Griffin, or Lewis, excuse me, and he gets the 2 points.
That's the kind of mistakes that a coach hates. You know, it's uncalled for. You got to take your time. And see, he's got the ball, and he just turns and throws. He doesn't look to see is that his man there? Is he not covered? And that's 2 points that you should have had. You shouldn't have given up.
Stanley calls the quick 20-second timeout, and that's, like you said, that's probably one of those timeouts that you just want to reaffirm what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do.
You know, this is a low-scoring game right now, 3 points, and I've seen games like this. You go forever, nobody scores, and all of a sudden, the floodgates open and everybody just starts scoring. So, we may get that today, or you never know. It may stay this low, but hopefully they'll start putting the ball in the hole again.
Only the 3rd game for Ranchview. Ponders had one warm-up game, and then they played a tournament in Red Oak. He felt pretty good about that. What do you do in pre-district games? Are you trying to find your starting 5?
Yeah, you want to see who's going to play well together. You try to play probably a few more guys than you will in district. You get a feel about who can do what in certain situations, and get the guys get a feel for each other and get a feel for you also.
Right. Scoreboard has a short in it today, folks. We were watching the JV game before this one. At least I noticed in the 4th quarter, the 4th period of play, they had to reset it. At least once, and that is what happened here. As we have a little pause in the action, they reset it to 3:58. Don't know if it's one of those things like don't touch the cable.
I know the games I've been in, did that happen, I'd say, hey, can we just wipe the whole thing out and start over?
Yeah, do over.
Yeah.
You ever seen a referee keep the game clock in his pocket like in football?
No, I haven't.
So it's a scoreboard or nothing, huh?
Yeah.
There's a nice little drive and missed. A good look by Anderson. But for Ponder, they can't find the basket. Little power move. Blocked twice by Ford, and the putback that time by Land.
That's good defense. He stayed on the floor, and blocked it and just got the second chance at it. You need a little more help. Like I said, they don't get a second chance.
No.
Ponder.
That was Harris with the miss, and right back the other way is Griffin. He now has 5 points, and it's a 9-0 lead. Going strong to the hoop is Sally, and he is fouled from behind.
Yeah, he made an attempt going to the basket. That's what you have to do. You got to start trying to make something happen. There he goes, got up and got.
He got hit across the face by Lewis.
But he was challenging. That's what you have to do. You have to challenge and, look for a dish off if you can. Miss his first free throw.
Boy, if you're Stanley, Coach Stanley, you're asking, what do I got to do to get one to go in the hole?
All
well,
right,
there you go.
Got a point now. They broke the ice. Let's see what happens.
All right, 9-1, Ranchview. Closing in on 3 minutes of quarter number 1. Up and down the court we go, but you expect nothing less when you're here to watch a Ranchview game. Lefty Griffin misses. Here comes Ponder. 3-pointer by Harris. Back ironed it. Rebound Crawford. Crawford pushes up quickly. And Griffin gives it back out to the top. Around the corner we go. Another 3-pointer. Missed, and the rebound fought far by Lewis.
Did a good job blocking him out. He's just a little bit bigger, and the ball went a little too far out.
Fadeaway jumper there. Everybody blocks out. Waldo with the rebound.
Ponder does a good job of blocking out. That's good.
No whistle, but the ball will stay with Brady Anderson and the Lions. And Waldo will go out. Cole Hudson, 6'3" junior, goes in. Also Reams, number 15. So Coach Stanley not shy about playing almost everyone off the bench here in the first quarter. A lot of times maybe he's just looking for the hot hand. Reams, first shot right off the bench. Misses, knocked out by Saley. Ranchview will keep it. Well, what do you do as a coach when they just don't go in like that? Just tell them to keep shooting?
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that. And like I said, you put some subs in, see if one of the Inkman start things going for you.
Nice soft touch by Griffin. He now has 7 points to lead all scorers with a tray and a couple of J's. Around the horn they go. Harris stops, 2 men in his face. Reams has nowhere to go. And Anderson will come back out to the top of the key. 10-point lead by Ranchview. 3-pointer, no. Rebound, last touch by number 4, which is Christian House, the senior.
The shots they've taken aren't bad shots, they're just not falling.
Coach Boyd said, if I can stay within 6 points or so, Ponder half, I'll be happy. Well, he's more than that right now. He's pretty much forcing Ponder to shoot the jump shot. Drive to the hoop, nothing there.
Yeah, every time they penetrate it, they haven't got anything good out of it.
Strong to the hoop is Griffin. He is fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Good foul, as you would say, Coach?
Yeah, you go in, you try to, you make sure they doesn't score, and he did that. And you'd rather them have to shoot 2 times to make 2 points and just make that little layup. There's only been a couple of fouls in the game so far, so it's not a problem with the fouls right now.
Griffin scored 6 the first game, 13 the second game. This is the second free throw. 11-point lead, and you see the clock, about a minute to go. Corner shot not there for Harris. Coach Stanley probably thinking there's a bucket on the rim. Fadeaway jump from 10, no. One shot, Anderson rebounds. He is fouled from behind.
It reminds me of Billy Toes when he came to TCU. He said that, this year we're going to run and shoot. He said next year we're going to run and score. So, Coach Stanley just starting to run, and, maybe they're just not going to hit these shots right away. But, they'll start falling.
They came in at 3 and 4, they being Ponder. won 3rd place in that Red Oak tournament. Said he's real happy about some of the teams they played and what they did in the process. There's the drive, and Anderson gets the first 2 points of the ball game, and pretty much have to drive it to the hoop if the jump shot doesn't work.
Oh, yeah. If one thing's not working, you got to go somewhere else. Coach Stanley said playing, the tougher teams is going to make them tougher, and that's good. You got to play them tough. If you play good close ball games, even if your record may not be the greatest at the time, if you play some good competition, you can build upon that and get ready for the, your district.
Well, 12-3, pretty much all Wolves here in the first quarter of play. And let me just dig down a little deeper. It's pretty much all Dorian Griffin in that first quarter because he scored all but 4 of the points for the Ranchview Wolves. We finished one. We'll come back with the second here in a few minutes. Stay with us. All right, welcome back to the second quarter, everyone. Ranchview and Ponder. Rob Willman with you, along with G.W. Melton, giving us the insight, if you will, of high school basketball. You have to tell us that story about going to Bobby Knight's camp here in a few minutes. That was funny. Meanwhile, Ponder trying to see what they can do differently, but that's not it there. You got a 2-on-1 break, the trailer to Griffin. He misses, and that is cleared by Anderson. Or Lewis had the miss.
It's good defense. They got the ball down quick, but then they just didn't capitalize on it. Mishandled the pass there and held him up.
Harris with the miss underneath for Ponder. A drive, no. Both teams really doing a good job rebounding and keeping each other's team to just one play offensively. There's around the world in 80 days.
Yeah, got something to fall there.
Yeah, Anderson, his second basket. He now has 4 of the 5 points, and it's a 12-5 ball game. Very doable here.
Oh, yeah, it's not out of hand yet. It's still a good ball game.
Ranchview looking for some movement. They will work the perimeter. Again, Lewis is their big guy underneath. Lewis going against Ferguson right now. That's a good matchup on the court, 23 against 33. There's Lewis. He works around the horn, and a 3-pointer made by Land. 2 3-pointers now in the ball game for Ranchview. Double teamed is Ferguson. He kicks it way outside, and somehow Ponder able to save that one. Lewis knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like Ranchview stepped up the pressure a little bit there. They trapped in the corner, forced him to make some long passes, and they almost came up with it.
Winning a state championship was Ponder, and we touched upon losing a couple of 6'6" guys and how they have to change offensively because of it. Fast break layup missed. Ponder back on the move the other direction. Ponder in the red, the Lions from the corner, and 3. Missed was Sally. Rebound, number 22, Ford, and he was slapped on the wrist, according to the official, by number 15, Land, coming in now. Reams, Craig Reams, the 6'1" senior, Coach Boyd. He will work out a good pair of shoes during the course of the ball game, going up and down the court. Inbound pass stolen, Ranchview over to Lewis. Nicely done. Lewis with his second bucket of the ball game. That was just a well-played 2-on-1 break. Forcing the issue is Brady Anderson, and he will go to the free throw line. So right now, I think Anderson is pretty much the go-to guy for Ponder, number 20, or at least he seems to be the one that can create some motion there.
Yeah, he's the one that seems to be attacking the basket, and yeah, they're going to have to keep attacking. There's only been 14 fouls called. If they can, force them to go to the line a little bit more often, or maybe to back off their defense a little bit, it may relax them, get some better shots.
Second shot is good. Perfect from the line. 6 points for Anderson. 10-point Ranchview lead. Ranchview pretty much a one pass and go. 3-pointer missed. Rebound last touched by number 10, Kevin Wallakin, the senior, much to the chagrin of the fans behind us.
Yeah, that was one of those, well, I don't want to call a foul, and let's give it to them.
Is that what it is? Instead of a foul, I'll just change possession?
I think so. You know, he kind of forced them out. They went out together. He had control of the ball. So let's just give it to them. Don't call a foul on the kid.
Meanwhile, there was a foul. Number 25, Crawford, being called, trying to keep Ford in check. Number 22, he will sit down. Griffin comes back in. Griffin, number 12, he had the hot hand there in the first quarter. Harris, double team. He's been cold. Ferguson, back to Harris. Ferguson posting up, wanted to think about that three-pointer, but right now it's his play inside making the difference, but he throws that one away. Harris comes right back and steals it out of Hollins' hands, and they get it right back. Ranchview. The slam and the foul. Lewis with the flush, and he will go to the free throw line.
He did a good job attacking the basket. Here comes the replay. He's going back in. He's attacking. He's already made his mind up. I'm putting this thing down.
There was no way he was going to pass there, right?
Oh, no. He knew he was going to make it. So that guy's not going to stop me. He may be there, but I'll get it in, and I'll probably draw a foul. Now, dunking inside a lot. It can get the kids fired up.
Gets the fans fired up.
Oh, yeah.
Lewis missed the three-point opportunity. Meanwhile, Harris, he misses the three-pointer, and they've got the numbers on their side. They had 3 Lions still on the baseline, and a very quick shot missed. Last touch by Ponder.
That looked like one of the few times that Ponder didn't block out real well and let them get a chance to get the ball back.
House comes in, and Waldo comes in for Ferguson.
Good job working the ball around, you know.
Well, when you're up by, what, 12, you can be patient, right?
Oh, yeah.
Lewis for 3, back irons it, and Harris with the rebound. Harris has a man streaking Waldo, but couldn't get out from underneath the defense fast enough. Waldo goes up strong, missed, and rebound Lewis. Lewis double teamed, gets it away to Griffin. Griffin to House. A little size mismatch here. House guarded by Ford. Lewis, kind of the give and go. The ball's loose. Lewis gets it back. Around the horn they go, and this is House with the three-pointer. Christian House with the tray. 22-7, a 15-point Wolf lead. Nice give and go, and good. The number 22 Ford. Peyton Ford, the sophomore, with his first basket of the ball game. If the jump shot doesn't work, it's little cut moves like that. I guess they've got to go.
Yeah, you have to go to that. You know, get something a little closer, get the momentum going, and then come back. And you know, you're going to get those shots later.
Well, I'd like to know how many three-pointers Ranchview has put up today in the first half. It's been quite a handful. Anderson is fouled by House. And that'll bring Crawford off the bench, and Griffin will sit down.
A little tribute to Lance Brown. I remember a lot of times against our teams, he used to say they can't hit a bull and the butt with a bass fiddle. I don't know how many times I heard him say that about us.
Boy, that's not a good sign, is it?
No, no. Because we would shoot it.
22-9, stop, and he draws a foul. Sally, one of 4 players off that state championship team for Ponder. Ponder located about 10 miles southwest of Denton. Nice little pockets of really good basketball. Crum, Brock, all those teams. Denton County and surrounding areas.
And for years, those teams didn't play football, and that's all the kids did. And they were in the gym, you know, every day. you know, from elementary all the way through.
I read where Crum just started playing football like in 2008, I believe.
Hadn't been very long.
No. Both free throws made, 22-11. Ranchview 11-point lead. And right now the Wolves just got to keep doing what they're doing. I think right now in the first half, to me, I think the story is the fact how the Wolves have played pretty good defense. Not that they've scored 22 points, but how they've kept Ponder to only 11.
Yeah.
3 seconds in the lane violation called against Lewis.
Like Coach said, that's too many passes and you make a mistake. You know, somebody stays in the lane too long, you can lose the ball. You don't get a chance at a point.
Leading scorer is Dorian Griffin, number 12. He appears to have a nosebleed over there on the bench. Going strong is Anderson, and he is fouled, and this is probably the way that Ponder will have to climb back into this ball game, is taking it to the free throw line. Yep, he's got the bandage in the nose.
Yeah, they'll have to get that taken care of before he can come back in the ball game.
Anderson hits the free throw. He is 3 for 3 from the line. Waldo goes out. First time we've seen Cole Hudson, a 6'3" junior. And he makes the next. So Anderson a perfect 4 for 4. 7 out of 8 free throws for Ponder. And that has kept them in this game within striking distance, down by just 9. Closing it on 2 minutes before the half. Is it too early to say happy holidays? Well, it's not too early to say basket by Land. He now has 7. Thanksgiving right around the corner. Kids are getting antsy. We're ready for their break. The three-pointer made by Anderson. So he is definitely their go-to guy in this ball game.
Oh, yeah. He's making some things happen. You know, hopefully that's, you know, shows him, hey, it will fall in.
That's a 4-point shot by House. House misses. Here comes Anderson. 2 on 2. He just goes right around the defense, but nicely done. The putback and the shot by Hudson. He'll have an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Yeah, Ranchview did a poor job of defense that time. They didn't hustle back. Okay, he drives in, he steps over. Nobody was there to block the other man out, and, you know, they just didn't hustle back on that one.
Hudson misses the 3-point shot, rebound, and another foul. Going up will be Ford for 2, but he was pretty much grabbed around the waist or the arms, it looked like, by Land. And so now the sophomore will go to the free throw line with a chance to bring the Lions within 2.
Well, that's all because Ranchview didn't block out that last time. You know, free throws you've got to block out. That's an easy way for a team to get the ball and put it back up again.
And Ford makes them both.
Bring the ball back within 4 points.
Yeah, it's like you look up and all of a sudden it's a 4-point ball game. How did that happen? All right, closing in on a minute. There's another 3-point shot, this time made by Land, his second tray. He has 10, and the lead goes back to 7. That's what good shooting will do for you. House knocks the ball out of the hands of Sally. They've got a 2-on-1 break, a trailer, and the shot good by Lewis.
Well, that no call back here is what I was been complaining about. He lost the ball because he was hacked.
Oh, a 3-pointer by Ford. 23-29, and if the shooting starts to warm up for the Lions, we could have us a good up and down ball game.
Oh, yeah.
And the fast breaks.
You know, they've hit their last 2, and, you know, they've missed so many before. If they start hitting these, it could be an exciting ball game.
I'm guessing that Ranchview is going to wait for the last shot as they pull things back.
Pull it back and work it and try to get the last shot. Don't give Ponder another chance to score.
Wallach in number 10 has Ferguson in his face. Could have got called maybe for a walk, and that will be called traveling. Well, that drives you crazy, doesn't it, Coach?
Yeah. That's the thing about keeping it too long.
So Ponder will get the ball out of bounds. 4 seconds to go. Pretty much an inbound, a couple of dribbles, and a shot.
3 dribbles, put it up.
Wow.
Hit a 3.
2-pointer. I believe they gave him 2, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe they did. official at midcourt said 3, and one closer to the ball said 2.
Let's watch the replay, watch the clock. Yeah, foot was inside when he let go. But Anderson has definitely got his touch. So we're at a half of basketball. The home team, Ranchview, leading 29-25. We'll be back with more in a moment. All right, we're about ready for the third quarter of play. Ponder trailing Ranchview 29-25. First half highlights. And Ranchview really got on the gun, and they made some threes in the early go. First, Dorian Griffin, the 3 there in the corner on the side pocket. Also Land, one of his 2 threes. This got them really going is when Lewis got the slam on the fast break. They were up 12-3 at the end of 1. But then the Lions finally caught fire, and Anderson is pretty much the guy. Ford hit a 3-1 there, and then right at the end of the second quarter of play, almost a 3-pointer. It was Anderson again. As you take a look at the scoring for the Lions, it's Anderson with 13, Ford with 7, Sally Hudson the others to score. Now for the Wolves, House had a 3-pointer, Griffin 8, also Lewis 8, and your leading scorer is Mikael Land. He had 10 points. So there we go. There is our scoring and our highlights in the first half. And, Coach, I pretty much think they'll do pretty much what they did in the first half, both teams. Do you agree?
Yeah, I believe so. You know, Ponder just wasn't scoring. They were doing everything they needed to do. It just wouldn't fall. Then they started getting a few buckets falling. Ranchview looked a little tired towards the end.
They are an up-tempo team. And this is pretty much a one-on-one from the get-go. The hoop and the harm. That pretty much is an isolation for Brady, wasn't it?
Yeah, they just cleared out to one side and, said, we're going to attack you now because, start getting in foul trouble to that second first.
Everyone goes, to the right. Anderson goes to the hoop. Griffin fouled him, goes to the line, hits the free throw, 3-point play, and here come the Wolves. Neither team really shot much to warm up before the third quarter. Do you give that a lot of credence to where you need just to kind of get your eye on the other basket you're about to shoot? Well, I guess it doesn't hurt House.
Different guys have different philosophies,
Well, both teams connecting.
And attacking the ball, attacking the basket again.
Yep. Anderson with the drive, and he'll go back to the free throw line. But House, who scored a 3-pointer in the first half, took the pass for Ranchview and just nailed a 3-pointer. And now Anderson will go to the line to shoot 2.
I know sometimes as a player you feel, you've had games, man, I shot the ball lights out in the pregame and then I couldn't score in the game. And
right.
Sometimes I couldn't hit anything, and then in the game I hit everything. So maybe they decide, hey, let's not shoot and see what happens.
I got you. Well, the free throws are definitely falling.
Oh, yeah.
For Jude Stanley's Lions, yep. And that has pretty much kept them in the ball game. 32-30 now, as Ponder has cut this to 2, the closest since this ball game started. Reach-in foul on Ford. Ranchview will take it out of bounds. Ranchview lost to John Paul II in overtime, 58-53. Lewis was the leading scorer in that game. Inbound pass, nicely done by Land. He now has 12 points back the other way. And just like that, Harris is on the board. His first 2 points coming on a fast break, and that's really what you're not used to seeing Ponder do.
No,
and that's what run up.
That's what Coach said he's going to try to do, and it's going to take a while to get it in.
So we've got a 2-point ball game on our hands. Lewis sizing things up. House here on the near side to Land. Back to House, back to Griffin. And around they work at House, wide open on the baseline. A little short, cut off on the baseline and kicks it back out and around. Another 3-point attempt in and out of the rim. Nice effort by Land, but wouldn't fall. Fast break. Harris, baseline, fadeaway, in and out.
That wasn't a bad shot.
Nope. Land doing a good job with defensive position. and drag down the rebound.
Yeah, as a coach, if you're going to run on up tempo like that, you've got to be willing for your kids to miss some shots like that. You know, no, we've got to shoot the ball. If we want to get it down the court, we've got to put it up.
Matthew Lewis, the senior, a little disheartened on that shot. The fact that at first he thought it wasn't going to be a shot at the free throw line. I guess, okay, I guess it's not. He thought he was fouled in the act. A little disheartened, and Wolves will inbound it.
I used to tell them if they didn't give him a shot, shooting foul, I said, hey, if my guy's got the ball, he's shooting it.
Yeah, especially the Wolves, because that's pretty much second nature for them. Foul called on Ferguson. Waldo comes in, and Ferguson will sit down.
Having a lot more fouls this half, as you know, opposed to the first half and starting out.
I think maybe perhaps, you know, Coach Boyd has decided to, take it to the hoop a little more as House hits his third three-pointer, and the lead is 5. Anderson kicks it out and around. Waldo posted up on Harris. Harris, a good couple of inches taller, wins the battle in height there. You don't see a lot of wide bodies out there, Coach.
No.
Guys that, still waiting to fill out, if you will. Can't push him around. Harris wants for 3. He has definitely had a hard time finding the hoop tonight. Chase Harris, a sophomore who was part of that championship team as a freshman, got a lot of experience on how that plays. Harris underneath, well done. Or Lewis, excuse me. And I believe the coach is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, things jumped back ahead again, so they said, let's slow this down again. Let's have a talk over here.
So it's a 7-point Ranchview lead. Inside play, Coach.
Yeah, he didn't have any backside help on that. If he's going to try to turn him to the baseline, you got to have a little backside help. And then you have to get the men out front to drop down and help the helper.
So you went to a coach's clinic in Lubbock when Bobby Knight was a coach there.
Oh, yeah, and Bobby Knight was recruiting a player at the hotel we were staying at for breakfast. And when we started to go to the gym, Bobby Knight was walking out. He said, hey, you guys need a ride? I said, no, I got my car, Coach. Thank you, though. And there was about 6 or 7 of us. When I get to the car, there's only 2 of us. And I noticed one of them has a cup of coffee, the one that's with me. When I get there, I find out whose coffee is that? That's Coach Thomas's. He said he didn't want to take it to Coach Knight's car because he's afraid if he spilled it, Coach Knight would kill him. And I told Coach Thomas, I said, Coach Thomas, if he'd spilled that cup in my car, you'd have been walking back from Lubbock.
Oh, Coach Knight had that ability to put fear in people, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he did. That man knows basketball.
Rylan Waldo, the 3-point play. He's on the board. And this ball game is nip and tuck here in the third quarter of play.
Oh, yeah, this type of ball game you like. You're in the ball game. Nobody's running out ahead. You've got a chance.
Griffin tried to feed inside. Ball is loose and nicely done by Lewis to save it. Anderson kept that one from becoming an easy play for Land.
Yeah, that's good hustle on both teams there.
Yep. Christian House, 3 3-pointers in this ball game. And it's been the shooting of the Wolves from the perimeter making the difference in this one. Land, another 3-pointer. Land with his third 3-pointer. He's got 15. Lewis with the rebound. Griffin running, and he'll pull back. Lewis goes to the hoop. No shot, no shot. Foul beforehand.
Got him on the floor.
Matthew, the senior. Got about 6 seniors on this team. 6 seniors, 4 juniors. Chance Myers, the only sophomore on the list. Coach Boyd waiting for some football players to come back. Off balance shot and a 3-pointer by Land. Man, his three-point shooting is the difference in this one. Three-pointer answered on the other end by Foster Ford. No relation to Peyton Ford. 42-38. The Nets are heating up just a wee bit.
Yeah, Ranchview just can't get a big lead to get ahead, and Ponder comes back and answers.
Ball tipped away.
That's good help from the backside. You got to have the backside help.
Harris drives to the hoop. A little upset that one didn't go in. Chase at 5'10", one of the shorter players out there.
I've seen kids get mad and hit the wall like that and break their hands. So that's
no technical ever called for kids doing that?
I've seen it before. You know, usually they won't. The referee will, you know, probably warn them possibly. If the kid has been mouthing off before, he might stick him.
What's that backside help, Coach, that you were talking about?
Yeah, so the man in the middle comes in, gets it steal. Man guarding him was cutting off the baseline, and that opened everything up for this drive and potential 2 points.
What they didn't do the time before, allowing Lewis to score an easy 2. Meanwhile, Harris connects on both free throws. Coach Boyd loves to play tough teams in pre-district. Seems to work for him since he's made the playoffs every time he's been coaching here at this team, this school. Offensive foul, I didn't see it. Did you see, was it an off the ball move?
Yeah, 25 White
Crawford
blocking.
Right, there you go, right to the right of your screen, trying to screen Anderson. A cell phone came flying in front of me at that moment.
I thought you were expecting a call.
Clock not moving, by the way. Oh, now it's moving. We got a good extra couple of seconds before the clock moved off there. Anderson goes to the hoop and draws the foul.
Can't get that one to fall, though. Nice little move.
That's definitely the one thing that Coach Boyd would probably like to see his defensive players step up a little bit, and that is stopping the drive.
Oh, yeah. Especially since Ponder hadn't been hitting that well earlier. You know, you want to stop the penetration, make them kick out and hit those things.
18th free throw put up by the Lions, and that's only the second one that they've missed. That's how you stay close. House, another long-range shot. Anderson the rebound. 3-on-3. Anderson off the glass. Somehow pops into the hand of Ford. And Ford gets it out. And Harris is double teamed.
Step up the defense.
Now triple teamed. No look to Waldo, and Waldo can't handle it. That gives Lewis the slam.
Come back line attack. Good blocking foul.
Jared Hollins, the senior, going to be called for the block. And now going up again will be Anderson, who's made a healthy diet on free throws. 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Waldo checks out. Hudson back in.
You know, in close ball games, sometimes you can go back and look at free throws. Okay, if we'd made this, you know, if we'd hit certain percentage free throws, we'd have won the ball game.
Right.
Right now, free throws are keeping Ponder in the ball game.
Do you remember who is your best free throw shooting player?
I can't. I had Brian Trigger one time, a long time ago. Had shot real good percentage. Chris Davis shot well. I know his sophomore year, that was his big thing: penetrate and get fouled and hit free throws. I said, Chris, you're going to have to start hitting some outside shots, taking some outside shots. So he worked on it. The next year, I think he led the area in three-point shots.
Yeah. He was a tall guy, too, to be shooting from three.
Yeah, both he and Dexter, those guys come down the court and they pull up, and I'd get up and say, don't shoot it, and they'd shoot it and hit it. And I said, okay, good shot.
Yeah. No. Yes.
I said, those guys, you got to let them play.
Yeah, Yeah, they got their points, that's for sure.
Oh, yes. If it wasn't scoring from outside, they'd take it inside.
Second shot by Land is good. 1 out of 2 from the free throw line, and a timeout right before the end of the third quarter. Ponder, as we said, right by Denton. They list as their claim to fame as being robbed by Bonnie and Clyde, although they came back later and said, well, they couldn't really prove that. It was Eddie Bentz who was like a legend of robbing banks. So Machine Gun Kelly was Eddie's partner, robbing the bank in Ponder. Look at the state titles these guys have won. 01, then 8, 9, 10, and 14. Those 3 in a row.
All in the last 15 years.
Yeah, those 3 in a row. First time someone had won 3 in a row in 25 years. The last team to do it, Snook, the Blue Jays. They won between 79 and 84. Snook has 10 state titles, and if people that follow basketball know that Snook is around College Station area. Brock, who's also rather good at playing high school basketball, was in the same district as Ponder up until this year. And in fact, when Ponder won their state championship last year, they had to defeat Brock in the regional finals and did so by just 2 points, 50-48, to get him the hardware. I think of state title runs. I think of the Nazareth girls who up in the Panhandle that just won like 24 state titles. There's the road to the trophy. Defeated Tatum, the East Texas team, 66-56 in the state title. You see a lot the first round sometimes isn't so close, but then once you get into those teams, you find a lot of those that are more your equal. New Boston, another team in the East Texas area. Then Brock, Aransas Pass, and Tatum.
Yeah, usually when you get into playoffs, everybody's pretty good teams, and then as they knock each other out, you get down close, and as there's some great teams. You go to state tournament every year, and a lot of times you'll see the same teams coming back over and over: the Ponders, the Peasters, and the small towns like that.
Yeah, he was talking about Peaster. He lost both Peaster and Brock. They went to a different direction in the realignment. I've been to Paradise. That was in his district last year.
Yeah, he said he will meet those teams later. He likes having the tough teams in the district because you get a lot of competition. I know in our district, Duncanville would be our top team, and it hurt them when they got out of district because they didn't have a whole lot of competition in district, and that's a bad thing about it. Everybody else was playing for the second and third spots.
Right.
Back then. It was a given. Duncanville's going as number 1. Who's going to be 2 and 3?
Coach Neely had a good thing going on there in Duncanville, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He did a great job. Had some great teams.
All right, so after the timeout, Ponder will set up an offense, trying to make it manageable in the fourth quarter. So far, a tip of the hat to the Wolves. And a holding call, I believe, on Wallakin that time, not allowing Ferguson or Anderson to make a move. So Anderson will go back to the free throw line.
That's another one of those that's cleared out, leave a man on the left side. If I get stopped, I'll dish out to him and he'll have an open 3.
Well, it won't take much of unless a coach, Stanley, really throws me a curve. This game comes down to one shot, and it's Ponder's opportunity. You're looking at the guy they're going to go to.
Yeah, I would say that.
It's going to be Anderson now. He's only made 5 field goals, but his play to the hoop has kept this team within striking distance.
Oh, yeah. And there's times, your leading scorer, he may not be that good that night, but he's still the one you're going to go to at the end of the ball game.
Land kicks it out. Holland's now in. That's House around to Lewis. Wallakin. Is it too early to say the Wolves are waiting for the last shot?
Listen, Coach Boyd, I would say, yeah, it's too early. Yep.
Lewis for 3. Now, to me, that was one of those no, yes moments.
It could have been.
6-point Ranchview lead. Lions probably go down to the last second for this shot as they got everybody spread out. Will they give it to Anderson? Sally.
There you go.
Anderson breaks free, stops, has it blocked from behind by Hollins. Anderson, hey, my fault. 3 seconds. It's pretty much an inbound and shoot play. Let's see if they set up a screen. There it is.
A lob, huh?
Clock didn't go off in time. But that does it. That ends the quarter. Finish 3, headed for 4. The score, Ranchview 51, Ponder 45. Back with the final quarter in a moment. And welcome back, 51-45 in favor of the home team, Ranchview. A little segment we like to call Where Are They Now? And you had a great player coach by the name of Chris Davis who could really light it up. We talked about him and Dexter Tennell as well. We talked about those two. There's Chris in a playoff game at the Super Pit in Denton. And there is Tennell with the little fadeaway jumper.
Yeah, those two great players.
All-time leading scorer. You saw the score when they defeated the Colony. What a fun game. I remember being there, shooting that game. Davis playing for the French, still 34 years of age, still playing ball. You see how he ranks in points per game, and I understand they only play on the weekends, so he gets to practice and enjoy the Mediterranean.
Yeah, what more better life to have to play the game you love, get paid for it and travel.
Also played in Finland, so the European market is a great market for players to either extend their career or open up avenues and opportunities to play where they could not otherwise in the NBA. Going to the hoop strong was Wallakin. He is fouled from behind by Ford.
Yeah, that game you had a highlight of, we started out behind 9-0. I called timeout, and I chewed them out a little bit. And they took it to say, keep shooting the ball, which they did, and we wound up beating them by 19. I think we were ahead 31 at one time. But, those guys.
You didn't mean to say keep shooting?
I don't know if I said it in those words, but that's what they interpreted, and I'll take it.
Wallakin 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Yeah, some programs, coaches are blessed year in and year out with talent in the pipeline. And then other times you're just waiting for someone like that to come along, and that was one of those times.
Yeah, had two guys, exceptional players.
Moving pick on that play, and it gives the Wolves possession of the basketball. Meanwhile, Craig Reams, the senior for the Lions, nursing an ankle. He will not play the second half. I'm seeing it with some ice there even behind the bench and pretty good pain. I think he stepped on a player and twisted the ankle. You see that a lot in basketball. So the Wolves extending their lead. Nice strong move by Wallakin, and all of a sudden Wallakin here in the fourth quarter taking charge and making some moves. Three-pointer good by Ford. Ford with 10 points. And the Lions sticking around the best they can here in the fourth and final stanza. Bounce pass to Land. Land, a nice little no-look to Lewis. Lewis uses his height there to get the rebound. Cannot get the second one to fall. That is Harris with the basketball. Chase Harris. And he is fouled in the backcourt by Hollins. Hollins with the headband on, wearing number 5.
Yeah, Ranchview's moving the ball around, trying to isolate inside. It's not always their postman they're getting inside, but trying to work things in.
Chase Harris, we talked about Chase, who's going to the free throw line. He averaged over 10 points a ball game as a freshman for this Lion team. Got a timeout for a player injury.
Yeah, when you can have a freshman 10 points a game, playing in the state championship. And that's a pretty good one to have. You know, you have him coming back for 3 more years.
Right, someone with experience. I like a lot of his classmates and teammates in this ball game. Rough going from the perimeter.
But again, they're getting decent shots, and you know those are kind of you look back and say, hey guys, if we keep working, we keep getting those shots, we keep working in practice, we got to hit those shots. We got to spend the time working to shoot and make that thing fall in, and it'll fall. You let them know, hey, we're offense going to get you. We're going to get you your shots. You just have to put it in.
Harris first missed free throw. House inside to Lewis. Lewis now double teamed. Talk about the backside help. Maybe that's what Ponder is going to start doing when they get it inside to Lewis. Wallakin, same thing there. House, the head fake, the quick little jump shot, and 2 points for Christian House. First time his jump shot has not been a three-pointer because he made 9 up to that point. And an answering the other way is Anderson with the tray. 56-52. Very quickly, the Wolves just go from one side to the other around that three-point line. That's kind of like their highway of passing. Stay behind the arc. Ponder just kind of sags back a little bit. Backside help, triple teamed and traveled against Lewis.
Yeah, big guy inside, you can't let him go to the hole. You know, if he's got the ball, you got to say, that's the best I'm going to give you. If you're going to score, you're going to have to score from there.
And I don't know, it appears to me that starting midway through the third quarter that Ponder has started to double team Lewis when the ball comes inside to him.
Yeah, it seems like they've been doubling down a little bit more and sometimes even triple team. And, you know, that's what they have to do. Ranchview is countered by hitting an outside shot every now and then, but you have to play the percentages. You know, you want to make them take that long shot instead of that little easy one inside.
Kiss off the window and good for Sally. Just his second field goal since the first half.
Yeah, got it back within 2 points now.
Plenty of time on the clock. 4:47 and counting. Bounce pass and a foul will be called. Reaching over the back is Ford.
That's the kind of foul you don't want as a coach. I mean, you got to get position. If he's got the ball, you stay back and don't let him go to the hole. But reaching over, all you're doing is giving him a chance to step to the free throw line.
Wallakin hits the first. 4 points for the senior. And he got them both. Lions won the last time these two teams met, 56-54 last season. Ford dishes to Sally. Sally up top.
This is a good matchup for both schools. You know, the Ponder's playing a little bit bigger school. See how they go, you know, and Ranchview playing a team that has a lot of tradition. Is going to play maybe a different style of ball that you may see sometimes. But you get opportunities. Both teams get different opportunities.
Harris with a strong move and the putback and the foul. He missed one from about 2 out, but he stayed with it. And it appears that Jared Hollins, number 5, is like, man, I just got an elbow to the nose for that. Not only did you call a foul on me, you hit me in the nose.
Yeah, he'd probably been happy to lose one of them.
Yeah, really.
Either the foul or the nose, one of them.
This is Harris for the three-point play, and he got it. And lo and behold, it is now 58-57 ball game. It is a 1-point ball game, so Ponder has just stuck around long enough to make a ball game out of this. But Ranchview, as we have seen every year on ICTN, are such a streak team. These guys can go minutes without hitting one. The next thing you know, they hit about 3 threes in a row. Land misses that. 2 Ponder players fight for it, Harris and Sally. They end up giving it to Ranchview.
Yeah, you hate that when kids are working hard and just go against each other, didn't realize it, lost the ball.
House, three-pointer. 4 3-pointers for House. And it's a 61-57 game. The Wolves able to answer every time it seems like the Lions have gotten close. Harris, he hits the three. Probably the best look Harris has had, I think, at the basket.
Yeah, he spots up out there. They try to penetrate. They cover down, and he kicks it out, and he's got a wide-open shot.
Ranchview still on top, though. It's 12-3 after 1, 29-25 after 2, and 51-45 after 3. All Ranchview on top. Griffin, the southpaw, nope. Locked out. Anderson with the basketball. Anderson going the distance, the bounce pass. Ford, Sally, Anderson. Anderson blocked. Twice it's happened to him. Sally comes back to the point. 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Bob Wilman with you. T.W. Melton by my side. Glad you could join us in a really fun game right now. That was an easy call to make as Land wrapped his arms around Anderson. Is that what you do? You just keep sending him to the free throw line, Coach? I don't know.
I don't know either. You really don't want to.
He's been to the free throw line 12 times, 11 out of 12 from the free throw line by Brady Anderson. Let's go ahead and real quick thank our sponsor for the ICTN Game of the Week, and that is the fine folks at Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning, our charter sponsor of ICTN, with us since the inception of Irving Cable, back when we first invented 3/4-inch videotape and had maybe one replay machine if we're lucky. But we appreciate the sponsorship, Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning, for the ICTN Game of the Week.
Yeah, this is kind of a game as a coach I really enjoy. You know, it's a tight ball game, and you know, you're thinking the whole time, what do I do? What can we do? What can we do to counter this? What can we do to counter that? You're in the ball game. You know, I've had coaches say to me, I'd rather get blown out by 20 points, get beat by 1. I say, Coach, you haven't been blown out by 20 points a whole lot. But this way, you think, hey, we've got a chance. The kids are learning. They're excited. You know, it's fun. In those kinds of games, you're just excited after it's over. You're all fired up.
Well, now the Lions have an opportunity with 2 minutes, 21 seconds to go to take the lead. And Anderson now 12 out of 13 from the free throw line.
First time it's been tied since the beginning of the game.
And the first lead of the ball game for Ponder.
Still a lot more time to go.
Oh yeah, 2:17 and counting. If I'm the Wolves, I'm like, get it to Lewis. Lewis has the size advantage. And then if they double team him, kick it out and give it to your hottest shooter from the perimeter. The ball's lost. Let's see. Did he lose it, or was there a foul first?
I think called a foul.
Wallakin was making the move to the hoop, and a foul was called on one of the Lions. Watch, is it right where he's trying to help? Yeah, see his left hand, holding him with his left hand, and then trying to knock the ball loose was Peyton Ford. So we're tied. As Kevin is a perfect 4 out of 4 from the free throw line, and make that 5 out of 5. So this is where the clock seems to start going faster and faster if you're a coach. And a timeout called because Coach Stanley did not like the odds there, as his point guard, Sally, was double teamed in the backcourt. There's 3 players that played football for Coach Boyd's team. 2 of those playing tonight. That's Jared Hollins and Rakeem Crawford, although Crawford hasn't played much, and neither has Hollins. As a basketball coach, you had a few kids that came over from the football program. What's it like to transition them into the basketball program? It's a different type of being in shape.
Oh yeah, it was always funny. You get these kids coming out and you start running, and they're about to die. And, you know, they've been through the playoffs and stuff and pretty well conditioned, but this is just a different type of conditioning. I always had kids that come out, and I would very seldom start a kid right out of football, even though I knew he's going to be starting pretty soon. But he was going to earn it back through. And he was going to work hard and get back in with the kids, and everybody would want him. it takes a while to get your shot back unless they've been shooting again, because you're working on bulking things up, and now you got to work on a little more finesse. But I always enjoyed having the football players come back. I always would go to the playoff games in football, and you have mixed emotions. Well, I want him to win, I want him to go, but I sure would like to have him back with me. We had some good football teams in Nimitz, and had some good kids that came out and played for us.
Anderson takes the inbound pass. I was going to see if maybe Ranchview tried to double up Anderson, you know.
They're conscious of him, man.
Sally left alone. Lewis is out on him. That's a switch. Lewis being way out to the top. Ranchview's on top by just one, closing in on a minute, and no one's going to really be wild with their play, as no one wants to take the bad shot. Here comes Anderson. The reach-in foul, I believe, on Land, and that'll put him at the free throw line. Check that. Number 25, Crawford. We just talked about Crawford. That is his 5th foul, so he played a lot, but he will sit down now the remainder of the ball game as Griffin comes out. Griffin had 8 points in the first half, yet to score in the second. With 1:03 to go, and Anderson at the line.
I always hated teams that would do like this. They'd work the ball, and shoot the ball. Don't drive in and make me foul you.
Got them both.
Took the lead again.
64-63, under a minute to go. Harris out on House. Land kicks it over to Griffin. Top of the key to Wallakin. This is the starting 5 that Coach Boyd had on the floor when the game started. House with the miss that hits the top of the backboard, and it will be Ponder's ball with 37 seconds left to go. The Wolves been in the playoffs all 10 seasons of varsity play. That is a school record. Against a team that's won 5 state titles. We know this is all just pre-district, but you really learn a lot by your team, and it's a good scenario for when you get into district.
Oh yeah, you see how your team's going to respond being behind. You see how your team's going to respond. You've got a lead. How do you do? What do you do to protect the lead? How's the kid going to react? Is that kid going to fire up a shot that he shouldn't take, or is he going to be patient enough and work what we're looking for?
Who's the hero? Who's the hero tonight? Who's the hero next week on ICTN? As we have girls basketball from MacArthur. MacArthur Lady Cardinals against Keller. They've got a girls basketball, the Flower Mound girl, that's really being recruited heavily. And Flower Mound, boy, we talked about Odyssey Sims and some of those big players we had in Irving. Well, now Flower Mound star, she's getting a lot of publicity, the big post player. So we'll have girls basketball on ICTN. You saw the playback times. That went off the foot and leg of Anderson.
Oh yeah, Ranchview put the pressure on. Unfortunately, just made the mistake, went off his foot.
Watch it again. Bounce pass, and right there, hit the shin. And I think we're going to have another timeout by Coach Boyd and company to write up a play. Don't forget, Boyd is one of those that dislikes a couple of passes and shoot, Lance and I, we always had fun trying to act like we're a coach. Well, you actually coach, so what do you draw up right now? You go to Lewis, the big man, 33?
Well, hopefully you have a play that you've worked on in practice. You don't want to draw up something brand new. I don't know. Sometimes you say, let's get this shot off quick. All right, let's work it in. If we've got a great shot, take it. If not, we're going to set up and run an offense. You may have a set play that you'll run out of it. You'd like to get a foul. If you get a foul, you get to step to the free throw line and get a chance to put yourself in the lead again.
Well, if I'm coach, I say you look for Lewis first. But because Wallakin, who has gone to the free throw line 6 times, or 3 times here in the second half, and particularly the last here toward the end of the fourth quarter. Watch, in my book, I'm saying watch for number 10 because he's a bulky guy. He's going to inbound, but he's a bulky guy that can make the move to the hoop and draw the fouls. You take a look at Lewis there, 33.
Had to call timeout.
Well, defensed well by the Lions. And Coach Boyd will have to draw something else up here after the timeout.
Yeah, I think a good thing would be get the ball into Wallakin inside. He's strong, you know, and he's going to draw a foul. But Ponder did a great job that time defending, not letting them get the ball in, and they had to call timeout so they didn't, you know, have a turnover.
So the question is, do you run the same play thinking that the Lions will change their defense? I don't think so. I think Coach Boyd will draw something up new.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the great thing about the coaching. You know, okay, what's he going to do? How will I react?
All right, here we go. You're looking at Ford coming off the bench. Ford, Sally, Anderson, Harris. And, right out of the hands of Land and into the hands of Anderson, and Anderson will go to the free throw line. But there's still plenty of time on the clock for Ranchview. He just lost the handle, and it was one of those look what I found moments. And I believe that might be all for Land. Watch, he might have looked up. And Anderson just hangs on to the basketball. And Land will sit down with 5 fouls, and Elliott Withers, number 13, will now go in his stead with 32 seconds. So 2 players for Ranchview have fouled out with 32 seconds to go, and Anderson at the free throw line.
Now's not the time to be missing free throws, though.
Isn't that the truth?
Luckily, they're in the double bonus, so they get 2. Creekview had to foul back there because you want to get another chance to get the ball.
Right. Crowd comes alive, and Anderson hits the free throw. 65-63. Less than a half minute to go. Lewis, who has hit a 3. That is Ferguson on him. And they kind of clear the area. Look, they clear it up for him. And he goes to the basket and draws a foul.
Yeah, I'm sure they had some people spotted up to go for the 3 if he didn't make it in. You know, it's a good thing. You draw the foul.
I believe that is 5 fouls on number 23, Dustin Ferguson. And going in will be Hudson. So Hudson comes in. Lewis to the free throw line. He's only shot 1 free throw tonight. 15 points in the ball game, and that one was short. So it goes back to my point about going maybe for Wallakin, because if he does draw the foul, he's been really good at the free throw line.
Yeah, you want your best player up there shooting.
Second shot in and out, and rebounded by Ponder. Griffin had the foul, and he fouled the best player on the team, and that is Brady Anderson.
Wallakin's just giving it all he's got. He's diving on the floor there trying to get the ball. He's just the kind of kid you'd like to have on your team.
.31 points so far for Mr. Anderson. Make that 32 points. He is basically a one-man wrecking crew in the second half, and boy, has he feasted at the free throw line. Missed that one. So a 3-pointer can tie it. Here's Lewis over to Wallakin. Wallakin puts up the shot. It's going to be short. Hit the back iron. Lewis, does he have a chance? Lewis at the buzzer. Got it.
High ball game. Here's the replay. He gets it out, does a good job. He takes it outside the 3, looks for it, and puts it up himself.
So let's play another, shall we?
That's high school basketball. That's when it's fun.
And we talk about those free throws. Oh, if I'd have made that free throw.
Oh, yeah.
How can you blame Anderson, who has 32 points, has missed 3 free throws out of about 20?
Oh, yeah.
Missed that one, and we wouldn't have been having this conversation right now.
That's true. But as a coach, you have to tell the kid, hey, it's not your fault. Look, like you just said, look at all the other ones. You can't take it all on yourself. You know, now, if they come back and lose, yeah, he's going to feel that bad. But, coach, you got to talk to him and say, hey, you know, you did a great job.
It was more the follow-up that really did it. Look,
yeah,
Waldo couldn't handle it.
Just mishandled the rebound. And really, Ranchview wasn't crashing the boards that well there.
No.
It just happened to come out.
Waldo was the only one that was in position for that rebound, and he mishandled it.
Mm-hmm. Lewis has been kind of dejected, and he's the one that comes back and hits that shot to put him in overtime and give him a chance to win the ball game. That's what you want. You just want a chance.
Second 3 for Lewis, and oh my, what a big one. So now everyone's emotion has to go back and check. And boy, I have seen teams that have hit a big 3 like that, and then in that extra frame, they can't hit anything.
Can't buy a bucket.
No. Or a team that was leading and saw it tied. Same thing to them, like, oh my gosh, we worked so hard, and look what happened. So I expect him to try to work it into Anderson maybe. Anderson, nice bounce pass to Hudson. Hudson lost it. Harris, he stops. He's going to be called for traveling. New player in, Easter Opoli, number 41, who Coach Boyd said, you won't see him out there today. Well, Coach, I guess Coach didn't know they were going to go to overtime either.
Yeah.
But it's size now. He's got 2 big guys out there.
Yeah, they got a little size.
They do. We play 4 minutes in the extra frame. House tried the 3. Wallakin, he just pulls it back a little bit. Back to House. House once again goes for the 3 and gets it. House with his 4th three-pointer, 5th three-pointer of the ball game. Harris way outside. Goodness gracious. Another no moment.
Oh, yeah.
And the ball game is tied 69 apiece.
The way this ball game started, I bet nobody would expect it to come down to this.
No, Griffin. Jump shot hits the top of the backboard. Ponder's ball. And it's definitely being a streak shooting for Ranchview. Withers comes back in. Number 13, Griffin will check out.
If the ball's not hitting anything behind that backboard, I didn't think that's out of bounds as long as it goes on top.
It's the on top rule today.
Yeah, it must be.
Anderson, nice give and go. Pulls back.
I didn't think they were going to call that one.
Opoli charged with the foul, his first. Nice give and go. But Opoli did a good job to
come over and help.
Yeah, on the backside.
When you overplay on defense, you got to have faith that your other teammate's going to step in and help you if you get beat.
.34 points for Mr. Anderson. 16 out of 19 from the free throw line. 2.5 to go. 2-point Lion lead. Wallakin goes out to Withers. Withers to House. House has been pretty dangerous from the 3-point line.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to give him an open shot.
Withers from the corner, going to be short, and the rebound comes down to Anderson. 71-69, 2-point Lion lead, and they slow it down. Jump shot, good by Sally. Only the second field goal in the second half for Sally, but it came at a big time.
Oh, yeah, it's a big shot.
73-69. Wallakin, the power moving once again, draws that foul.
Yeah, Wallakin's tough inside.
He is.
He's going to take it in. He's strong. And, you know, you're going to have to play solid position on him and hope you have some help.
He is by far the strongest player on the court, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
And he will go to the line 5 for 5. Missed his first. Correct that. Missed his second. 5 out of 7. 5 out of 8.
Great job blocking out by Ponder.
And they'll go to the free throw line again. This time it's Sally. Would you have fouled that fast?
No, I don't know if they're really going to foul. We got to put pressure. If we get a foul, that's okay. But we won't try to put the pressure because they're just going to sit back and hold it. You're not probably going to foul on purpose right away.
Sally misses the free throw. One out of 2. So 3 key players offensively in right now for the Wolves. You see the guy with the ball now, House, who can hit the 3. Wallakin, who has the ball now, who's very strong and going to the basket. And then Lewis, who has the ball now, who goes to Withers. Wallakin, one of the few jump shots he's taken. Oakley with a good offensive rebound, but it goes right in the hands of House, a 3-pointer! House with another tray.
That's one man I would not want shooting the ball if I was on the Ponder.
2-point game, less than a minute to go. Dangerous pass. And a timeout by the Lions.
Yeah, those close court passes are very dangerous. You hate to see those as a coach. But as a player on the backside, you'd like to see those because those kinds you can pick off every now and then. They were very close to losing at that time.
Well, things that we have done new on ICTN. We talked about Gerald Stavely being with us since the 80s. Well, here's something that we just started recently. The City of Irving has a YouTube channel, all the games from 2014 and from 2013-14 as well on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/the City of Irving. Besides sports, also informative programs about the city and what the city is doing to increase the quality of life. Right now, the quality of life is pretty nice. It's a Tuesday afternoon. We're watching basketball, calling a pretty darn fun game at that. Going into OT against 2 equal teams. And just a 2-point difference in OT. And Ponder has the basketball. I'm telling you, I bet you Coach Stanley called time after that cross-court pass.
Oh, yeah. You want to settle them down. And there's a lot of time left still. A lot can happen.
Harris in the backcourt.
And tell your kids just protect the ball and don't get a 5-second count violation and work. Be ready to be fouled. You better hang on because they're going to be hacking them.
Well, the Wolves were waiting for the right guy to foul, and they're going to send Sally to the free throw line. That particular series, it was a man-to-man. They weren't playing a zone. They weren't trapping, but the clock got down enough to where House had to put the foul on someone, and he put it on number 5, Cameron Sally.
Coach Stanley was trying to call a timeout right then. He wanted a timeout, but the foul was first. So it's all going to work out all right. He's got the 2 points.
4-point lead now. If you're Ponder, you're saying don't foul, right?
Yeah, you don't foul. You play good position. Don't foul. 2 points won't kill you. Don't give up 3. block out. When they shoot, make sure that you block out so we get the ball and hang on because they're going to foul you.
Yep. And that shot by Lewis, in and out. That'll send number 20, the guy you don't want to foul, Brady Anderson, to the line. 34 points, 16 out of 19 from the free throw line with 8 seconds to go. He's human.
But it's still at least a 2-possession ball game unless you just make a mistake and foul the three-point shooter.
Right. Makes the second.
Make them use as much time as you can, bring the ball up, and just be there. And they're going to just go ahead and let them score. It's no big deal.
And that's it. So the Ponder Lions come back after being down for most of the ball game. Had a brief lead in the fourth quarter, only to see it go to OT. And Coach Jude Stanley and his Lions are now 4-4 on the year after a very hard-fought win over the Ranchview Wolves.
Yeah, this is a good game for both teams. You get to play in a close ball game. Again, see how you're going to react. See, yeah, we can hit shots. We're going to be down sometimes, but we got to just hang in there and stay close and let things start happening for us.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with the final stats and a few highlights here in a moment. 77-72 in favor of Ponder. Well, a heartbreaker, 77-72, Ponder over Ranchview. Coach Boyd joining us right now. Coach, appreciate that. And your thoughts on how things, obviously you didn't win, but what did you see today?
Well, I saw us defending a really good offensive team. These guys got more sets than they do in the NBA. And to come out and try to defend a team that has probably over 35 or 40 sets and not to get confused, especially when you play a switching type of defense that we do, not to get really too confused. I have to say the defense was probably one of the best defensive games. And even though they scored 77 points,
yeah.
Even though they scored 77 points, that was a pretty good defensive game in terms of slowing them up somewhat.
They had a healthy diet of free throws.
Yeah,
that really pretty much kept them in the game.
Yeah, we're aggressive, Shall we say we're either aggressive or we're clumsy. But they're good free throw shooters. This team won state last year, so this is not it's not a bad team.
Coach, what do you think you get out of this as a team?
Oh, you know what? First of all, and you guys have been doing my game a lot, and we really shoot a lot of threes. And one thing that we got out of this is that we can post up. Not that we're excellent at that, but we slowed it down. Actually, guys really wanted to win. They slowed it down. They got the ball inside. We went inside, outside. Usually we just come down and we shoot a lot of threes. And this team here is probably one of them. This team here might go inside a little bit more. So I picked up on that a little bit. We're not really a bad defensive team. We still make a lot of mental errors. Just our IQ is just not where it needs to be in basketball. Right there, we had the ball in his hand. I don't know what happened there. I hope y'all got a good shot at that. I will look to see that. But I don't know what happened there. But we just make a lot of mistakes going down the stretch when we need to really focus on not doing dumb things. Now, you got to understand, a team like Ponder, they used to this. Pressure. That's a matter of fact, they like it when it's pressure. So, surprisingly, either I'm getting old, but I'm not really too disappointed in what happened.
Good. Well, you talked about what happened there at the end. Well, Land had it, but as soon as it hit his hand, it's like his hand was wet or the ball was wet and it just slipped and happened to fall in the hands of Anderson there toward the end.
I knew it was one of those things where, but things happen, and that did. So I really couldn't jump him. I wish it was something where I could jump him. But it looked like it was just one of those things where it just happened.
Lewis had a good game, had played well inside. Impressed with Wallakin down the stretch. He seemed to be your beefy guy that could draw the foul and go to the free throw line.
You know what? This is his best game. All right, this is definitely his best game. Must be the cameras. I don't know what it was. But he made some free throws even. He got on the box. He usually get on the box and try to force things, but he actually turned around and looked at the glass and made some baskets. So You know, I know when I look at the film, I'm going to find a lot of things I'm going to be upset with. I really wish I could be upset with them, but they played a good ball game. It's one of those deals where Ponder's a good ball game. You got, you know, you have to accept that. I think we play them 5 times. I think we can beat them once, maybe twice on a good night, but 3 out of 5 times they're going to beat us. They got really good basketball players, not necessarily dunkers, but they got really good basketball players. And that Jude Stanley over there, he's a genius. He's a genius.
Well, you're 0-3, but you're a good 0-3. And
I'm not a bad 0-3, but 0-3 looks bad anywhere you go.
Well, good luck in the future, Coach.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
it. All right,
it.
Head Coach Boyd of Ranchview. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights, and we pick things up in the second half. And Ponder caught fire a little bit from the outside, and Chase Harris with the three-pointer. Came down to this. Matthew Lewis at the buzzer, boom, we're tied, we go to overtime. In overtime, we thought maybe that excitement for the Wolves would carry over, but Ponder, who's been here before, with some clutch shooting. Harris again with the three-pointer there puts him up. House, boy, this guy, he caught fire the entire game from the arc with the three-pointer. But in the end, it was just too much Ponder. Nice ball movement there. Sally with the 2 points, and that's the way it ended. Scoring-wise, well, the king of the game tonight was Brady Anderson with 35 points. He was 17 out of 21 from the free throw line. He also had help from Harris, Sally, and Ford in double figures. On the Wolves side, 3 players outstanding. House with 20 led all scoring, Land with 19, and Lewis had 18. Final thoughts, Coach, on this particular ball game?
Well, it was an exciting ball game. You know, when it first started out, you didn't think it was going to wind up like this. But both teams just stayed with what they wanted to do, and down at the end, it's the kind of ball game that both teams are going to benefit from. You know, like Coach Boyd said, that Ponder had been here before, and they know how to react. His kids may not have been. So they're going to learn from this, and they're going to carry it on in the season. This kind of ball game is going to help you when you get in a district when each game is important.
Right, and according to the coach, as we talked about in the interview, 3 things he learned. House can really shoot the threes, did really well. Lewis had a strong game. He posted up well. And then also Wallakin, he came up there and just did an outstanding job forcing the issue and going to the free throw line. They were losers. He was happy. We had a great game. Hey, I'm happy. It's over. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy your holiday. And that's going to do it from here from Ranchview. Again, the final 77-72 in favor of Ponder. For GW Melton, I'm Rob Willman. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time on the ICTN Game of the Week.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,